there are really three things that could go wrong with regards to hypnosis and becoming successful. And I want to go through these with you to dispel your beliefs so that if you really want to give hypnosis a try again, or if you haven't tried hypnosis, that you can avoid making these mistakes, or you can see that maybe this was why you may have not been successful in the past. Because I would hate for you to have a limiting belief like, I can't be hypnotized or hypnosis doesn't work, when it can be quite a profound and easy way to become a non-smoker. So just before I dive into all of this, I want you to know my name is Rita Black. I am a clinical hypnotherapist and a smoking cessation specialist. I have helped more than 11,000 people become happy, healthy non-smokers over the last 20 years. I'm also a former pack and a half a day smoker, and I quit smoking with hypnosis. So I'm a big believer, of course, and I want you to be too. Here's number one reason why hypnosis may have not worked for you, or to avoid, is that you did not go to a specialist. This is so profound. I see this all the time because I see people all the time. I have a very busy clinical practice, and I have hundreds of clients or students who go through my online program, Smoke Free 123. And people will tell me all the time, like, oh, well, I went to somebody and, they were one of these hypnotherapists who did everything. They did past life regression, and they worked with phobias, and they did all of these things. But really, for somebody to be, when you go to a doctor, you don't want to go to a toe doctor if you have an ear issue, right? You want to go to somebody who that is what they do. That is what their mission is. They know stopping smoking inside and out, because there's so much to it. It's so layered. You want a real good specialist who has a real good process, that has a great hypnosis. But it's not just about hypnosis. It's about the process. It's a transformational process. Becoming a non-smoker is a transformational process that starts way before the hypnosis session. Because for hypnosis to be very successful, the conscious mind needs to be on board. And so a lot of people, a lot of specialists, people who are not specialists, will just, sit you down and do a hypnosis session with you and go, okay, off you go. But there's so much to becoming a non-smoker that the way I work with people is I prepare them first with a lot of coaching, cognitive coaching, and getting their conscious mind ready so that they can accept the suggestions in the hypnosis session, and then even with follow-up after, because we're in that period of time after becoming a non-smoker. We need guidance still. Our brain still needs guidance into becoming a happy, healthy non-smoker. So you really need somebody who knows the process, the cognitive process of becoming a non-smoker. So that's why it might not have worked for you before. You just went to somebody who was like, well, I do smoking and I do this and I do that and I do all these things, or you just might have found somebody who did not have a good technique, or that you didn't like, or you didn't trust. That's very important too. Now, another thing is that you might not have been ready. And this is kind of an interesting thing. And I don't mean that you weren't sincere about wanting to stop smoking. But the thing about hypnosis is there's a lot of myths out there about hypnosis. And I like to dispel them because I'm super honest with people. I'm not somebody to go, I am really good at what I do. And I'm not bragging. I'm just because I'm so super committed to helping people stop smoking. And so people will come to me after having an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, or people will, see, rave reviews online about my program, and they'll think, well, you're going to make me want to quit smoking. And the truth of the matter is, hypnosis will not make you want to quit smoking if you don't want to stop. Period. So if somebody calls me or, talks to my receptionist and says, hey, I hear she's so great. And, we make sure you are ready before, and that's part of my process, is to make sure that you are ready to be a non-smoker and aren't sitting back. I call it, there's this leaning in and leaning back. People who are leaning in are successful because they want it. We're together as a team, or they're going into the program like, I'm ready and I want this, versus like, well, let's see if this works. Because if you go into a hypnosis session with that attitude, it might not be successful for you. I'm sorry, it just is true. You need to want it, and all hypnosis and becoming a non-smoker is a creation, and you are a part of the process. It's your mind, it's your thinking process, right? So you need to want it and be open to it. You can't be like, well, let's see, let's test it out and see if it works. You want to really be sincere and with your mind in the right place. And like I said, that's why a lot of people, just go, well, let me see if hypnosis works. And it doesn't work for them because their minds aren't open and receptive. And then they say, well, it didn't work for me, or, well, I can't be hypnotized. And it's such a shame, because you probably can. I have a 90 to 95% success rate, and it's because I prepare people to become a non-smoker. And I don't work with people who aren't ready. I've turned many people away because I'm just like, I'm sorry, you're not quite there yet. But I give them things to help them prepare to get ready and in the right place, because it doesn't take much, because most people truly want to stop smoking. But you got to go into it with the right attitude, and you got to, believe. And that's why I think it's also important that you have somebody who knows how to guide you and get you there, not just somebody who's going to, what you think of, like, wave the wand or wave the watch and, snap their fingers and hocus pocus. It's a powerful cognitive process. Okay. Now, the third thing is that why hypnosis didn't work for you is you smoked. And what I mean by that is this, and this doesn't apply to everybody, but this could apply to you or somebody is that I think there's also a belief, and again, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've heard thousands of stories, and they're very interesting stories, some of them. And what gets me every time is I say to people, look, hypnosis is going to help you leave here a happy, healthy non-smoker, but you got to stay a non-smoker. And hypnosis will help you make that final, but you can't test it. You can't go out, and people forget. And again, I've heard people who said, well, I did hypnosis and it worked, but, then I started smoking 3 months later. And I was like, well, why did you start smoking? Oh, well, my friend said I could, or they tested me, or it was so easy for me to stop smoking with hypnosis. I thought, now I can just have one. And I was like, but you can't have one, because if you introduce nicotine to your brain or your body at any point, it's going to reinstigate the part of your brain that smokes. What we do in our session is really put that part into hibernation, but nicotine will reawaken it. And it doesn't matter how good the hypnotherapist is. Hypnotherapy is a tool to help you become a non-smoker and stay a non-smoker, but you have to, like I say, hold your end of the bargain by staying a non-smoker. It's not going to remove the fact that you smoked from your psyche. Those neural pathways are always there. They're just dormant when you are a non-smoker. So I think it's important for most people to understand that, because otherwise, they'll go and they'll smoke and they'll go, oh, the hypnosis didn't work, because if it had, I would have been able to smoke that one cigarette and then gone back to being a non-smoker. And that's just simply not true. It's just not how the brain works. So that is my 3 reasons why that hypnosis may have not worked for you. And I'm sorry that it didn't work for you the first time, because really, how disappointing is that? But I do know that when your mind is in the right place and you use the powerful tool of hypnosis with somebody who really knows what the heck they're doing, it can be a powerful and a magical feeling experience, even though I hate to use that word magical, because it isn't magic. It's just when the mind is in the right place, it can feel great, and it can feel powerful, and it can feel final and easy. So, if you have questions, let me know. Here's the thing. My online smoking cessation program has, 4 parts to it. 1, it really does get you in the right mind frame to become a non-smoker. And then the actual session itself is online coaching and an online hypnosis session. And then there is a follow-up support with more hypnosis and meditation just for the first week to really reinforce you and get you excited about your new non-smoking life. So it's getting you ready, transforming you into a non-smoker, and then really giving you that confidence that yes, you can do that as you go out into your life as a non-smoker. It is right now, it is 50% off to you, and it won't be for very long. So do take advantage of the discount, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you do the entire program and if for whatever reason you aren't satisfied, you can get your money back. So we believe in what we're doing. We're totally committed to your becoming a non-smoker. So let me know if you have any questions. Please enroll if you have that like, okay, yes, I can do it this time. I believe in you. I know that you can become free. You can start living your life powerfully as a happy, healthy non-smoker. Okay. I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.